Welcome back, here we are again. So today, again, bottom block repairs and bearings. So this week, I've got my camera lady back. So hopefully the quality is a little better this week. I'll let you be the judge for yourself. Now then, so last week I chopped out the piece for this of the 17-inch block to graft into the 14. So I've been busy welding, so I'm going to get my camera lady to zoom in and have a look here. So this is what we did. We can probably see the bits now in. It did actually seem to weld quite well. What I did is I heated the block, not cherry red or anything silly like that, but I got it hot. I bolted the original bottom blade, and just to give it a bit more strength, I put the 17-inch one that I drilled the holes just to hold it all firmly. And what I did is, I just welded a little bit at a time, and then stopped, and then I just kept going like that. And I think with heating it as well, it seems to have come up fairly well. And I've got quite good penetration as well. So I think it's probably going to be okay. I'll probably grind that bit back a little bit so the cylinder doesn't strike it. I may well leave that bit. You're not going to see it anyway. And I think I'm going to have to probably reface the block. Let's get these screws out. I've got it, I think it's as flat as I can, but I've got to grind a bit of weld there, and then I'll obviously reface the area there, and then I'm up for a new bottom blade. So that will be the next part I do. So anyway, so for the welding, what I did, if you're interested, as I said, I preheated this, and for those that are going to have a go, the rods I used, I seem to get on quite well with them. So the rods I used were a Super-Ron. They're called Supercast NIFE, and they were 2.5 thick. I had the electric welder set, it was about 100 amps, something like that. I bought a packet at the time. They were quite expensive. Whether you can buy them individually, I don't know, but they did seem to be good for this job. And I've never found welding cast easy, but it seemed to go quite well. So if you're going to have a go, they seem to be good rods to go for. Preheat the block, and hopefully you'll have success. So anyway, I'm glad to get that job out of the way with. That's the job that I'm pleased it's done. Bit of finishing off, bottom blade, and then we'll be ready for painting. So the next little problem I've got is the bearings on the casings for the roller. Let's have a look. Now then. So here we go. So these bearings here, you can probably see it was quite obvious before I took it apart. There was a lot of movement in the roller up and down. You can sort of see, you can see how worn it is. It's worn, isn't it? They've had their money's worth out of that, haven't they? So I'm going to get those out, try and get those out. This one shouldn't be too bad because we can see through it. And I think with a socket, we're going to be able to get that one out just by putting a socket and then hammering it out. So that one hopefully is going to be fairly straightforward. The tricky one is this one. I mean, that's even more worn. You can see how worn that is there. But the trouble is this one's a blind, so there's no hole there. If you've got one, you could, just going to duck down here, which is quite good. You could use one of these blind bearing pullers. It's a slide hammer, and you'd obviously have that, poke it in there, and then you tighten it up, till it swells and grips the bearing. Probably be the next one up in this case. So it would be that one probably. And then you've got your slide hammer part that you screw on, and then you'd hammer it out. But not everybody's got one of these, and there's always more than one way to skin a cat. So we're going to have another try of getting it out another way. So what I've done is, I hope it's going to work. I just ground the end of the hacksaw blade off, and you can see I've cut a little groove in it all the way down. I'm going to try and fold it in and then get it out like that. I suppose there is another way you could probably do it. You could probably, if you marked it, drill a couple of little holes and then use something like a punch, smaller one than that, and you could probably drift it out and then fill the holes after. But I don't really want to drill any holes, so I'm hoping this is going to do. Now, I shouldn't be doing this, but I know we've all done it at some point. I've got my groove there, so I'm hoping I can fold this in without damaging the screwdriver. I think we'll check, but I think both of these are the same bearing. So hopefully the other one, I can get that one out in a better state and I'll be able to measure it. Coming out in bits, which I sort of thought it would do. Camera lady's carefully steadying it for me. You can imagine me doing this on my own. It would be hard work. Here we go. So one bush out. So there we go. So what this is, it's one of these, what they call, it's an oil-like bush. So it's obviously oil impregnated to lubricate the shaft, the roller shaft. Now, you won't get one from Suffolk anymore, but most bearing places, if I give them the right measurements, I should be able to order something. It might be a little bit longer, but I can always cut it down. But as long as the OD, I give them the right OD on that, and then we measure the roller. Let's have a look. That's the roller shaft. Now, let's just take that. That's the area it runs on. There's a little bit of wear there, you can probably see, but I think if I measured it from there and then measured the casting, I can almost certainly get one. Well, get two. I need one for each side. So that little thing on. I did notice actually, which is rather nice about a lot of these old parts. I like the way that they cast the part number in there. Good idea, isn't it? Like it, that's good. So anyway, we'll have a go at getting the other one out. We're going to hammer that one out, hopefully. So we've got that one to deal with. We're going to try a socket. We're going to hammer that out. Let's have a go. So, do it that way. Again, I'm butchering my tools. So I've got a good one to measure. Let's just drop it in and then see if it's very lightly it is. Yeah, it's very lightly, and I just try it both sides of the roller. Good. So I've got a couple of bushes to organise. The cutter bearings I've cleaned up. They're the self-aligning, I think they're RL5s. Anyway, I've cleaned those up, so I think I can reuse those. 2 new brass bushes, cleaning up to do on the bottom carrier, get myself a bottom blade, and we're making a bit of progress. So it's coming along. Slow project, but it's coming along. So I think that's probably all I'm going to do today. So yeah, I've got a bit to do for next video, and hopefully there's some progress. So thank you for my camera lady's excellent filming. A pleasure to have her back. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was useful. Till the next video.